Harvesting potatoes and tomatoes in the garden. Hello, welcome to 7 Savings Garden, where we talk about gardening, ways to save money, and other special events. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get notified of all upcoming videos. So today I'm harvesting potatoes from these bags over here. We're gonna try to harvest all the potatoes in containers today and use those containers to replant some other vegetables like water leaves. So we're just gonna, when you see the leaves are dry like that, you know they are ready to be harvested, so you can start harvest them. You can still let them continue to be in the ground for a couple of weeks or even a month or two, and they're still gonna be fine. But if you let them go too long, then they're gonna start germinate in there. So as you see, they are ready to be harvested. So we're just gonna start harvesting and try to get all of these bags harvested today, and then we start harvesting some other stuff in the garden. So we have quite a few. These are the first potatoes that we planted in the garden this year, and so that's why most of them are ready to be harvested. We planted them early spring, and so that's why they are ready to be harvested now. These are regular potatoes. These are not early potatoes. Early potatoes are the ones that take about 70 days, and you can harvest them within that 70-day period. But these ones are just regular potatoes, and so we can harvest them now because it's been more than 80 days since we planted them, and like you see, most of them are ready to be harvested. And since the leaves are already dead like that, leaving them in there, they're not gonna grow any much bigger because the leaves are all gone, so they stop growing. So now we're just gonna harvest them and use some and then store some for later on in the winter period. So we'll see how much we get from our bags over here. So this is what we got from the bags, from the 4 bags that we have over here. We already harvested partially one of the bags, but this is not complete because we harvested one of the bag, or part of the one of the bags already at the beginning, a couple of weeks ago. But so these ones, we're gonna try to harvest these big 30-gallon containers and then see how much we get from them. As you can see, all the leaves on these ones are completely dry. So when they're dry like that, you know they're ready to be harvested. This one still has some leaves, but we're just gonna harvest it. Whatever comes out, that's fine. We're gonna use it. Even if they're smaller ones, we can use them for different dishes and stuff like that. Then we're gonna transplant some water leaf into these containers, and we should be able to grow water leaf for the next 2 months in these containers and be able to get some good production from these containers. You can also plant, if you want to continue planting potatoes, you can plant early potatoes and you'll still be able to harvest them by the end of the growing season. But we're just gonna plant vegetable over here, and so that way we can get some good production out of it before the end of the growing season. So this one, as you can see, has a lot of big potatoes that are we planted like 2 different variety, or 2 or 3 different variety of potatoes in here. If you like the video, please smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to share. So we're gonna continue harvesting the rest of the potatoes, and we'll see how much we get from this 30-gallon container, and the other one, that's a 25-gallon container. So we'll see how much we get from them. Let me know in the comments below if you planted potatoes or if you've planted potatoes in the containers in the past, and let me know how it did. Also, let me know in the comments below if you intend to grow potatoes like the early potatoes that takes about 70 days to grow and harvest. If you intend to grow that at this time to harvest it before November, let me know in the comments below. I'll also see if I can put the link in the description for some of the various variety of potatoes that you can plant. If you're looking for those, I'll also include the link in the link. Put some early potatoes if you intend to grow some early potatoes. I'll put the link for those in the description also below. So this one has quite a few potatoes, at least quite a few big potatoes in here, which is good. Should be able to get at least a couple of dishes of potatoes from this over here. So this one was the first one, the first container that we planted. So that's why most of the leaves were already dead. So we'll see how much we get from the second one, which was a little bit planted a little bit later on, like I think a week later on. So we'll see how it goes. So I'm taking out all the roots and all the stems and everything. I'm gonna add it to my compost pile, and should be able to get some good compost from that in a couple of months. So once you harvest something from a container like this, you want to try to provide it some nutrients before you plant another thing, because you don't know how much nutrients is left in there after we just harvested potatoes from there. So what I'm going to probably do is just put in some organic fertilizer in the container, mix it a little bit more compost before I plant the water leaf that I want to plant in there. That way I'm able to get some good production from the container. So this one has a lot of small potatoes, so it's not too bad. So now we're just gonna harvest some tomatoes from the garden. We have quite a few tomatoes. With tomatoes, if you harvest it today, in a day or two, you're still gonna harvest it because it ripens every day. So I harvested some yesterday. I'm just gonna harvest some of them today that are already ripe. So we're just gonna go around and just harvest some tomatoes that are ripe in the garden, and hopefully we're gonna get a good quantity of tomatoes today. So as you can see, due to the weather this year with too much rain and the heat wave, some of the tomato plants they're almost dead because of the fluctuation of too much rain and too much heat. So, but at least we were able to get some tomatoes. Some of them are still in much better shape than others. They are still producing, while some of them look really gone. But some of them we're gonna be able to continue harvesting, and it's gonna continue growing for the next month or so. So definitely we're not gonna get as much production as we had last year because of the weather this year. The whole July we had rain nearly every week, and it was too much. So hopefully we're gonna be able to get some much better August, and that's gonna help at least continue with the production in the garden. So we have a few other ones over here that are still doing fine. We're just gonna just maintain those and try to make sure that they continue growing, and we'll be able to continue harvesting tomatoes from them. So we've harvested quite a few today, so at least this should be able to give us at least a couple of dishes of tomatoes. So we have just a couple more to go, and we should be done harvesting our tomatoes. So despite the fact that I sprayed some of these with my concoction for blight, it was still being affected. So this is what we got from our harvest. This is still the tomatoes. We have the tomatoes that are really ripe, and these ones that are partially ripe. And also we have almost 2 buckets of potatoes. So that's not bad for our harvest. So hopefully this is gonna give us some good food for at least a few dishes, and we should be able to save some for later. Okay, I hope this video helps you out and you're able to see what's going on. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you like the video, please smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to share. Thanks for watching. Happy growing, everybody, and stay safe. Thank you.